This episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com, authentic Muay Thai lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of Nak Muay. Go check it out. All right, guys. Today we have professional fighter Joshua Soliva. You're in Phuket, Thailand right now. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, Phuket. Where in Phuket are you right now?
So I'm in Surin, the northern region. A little bit less touristy than down in the Soy, where all the like Tiger and Phuket Top Team and all those gyms are at. So it's a little bit more private. Up north of Phuket.
Nice. Where are you training at right now?
So I'm training at a gym. It's called Revolution.
Oh, I'm familiar. I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah, Revolution. They produce some really some decent foreigners, and some are already fighting on one. You know, they've beat some of the good Thais.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really interesting just to see how experience the training layout. You know, and how they do their stuff.
Yeah, let me ask you, do you know what happened to Chad Collins?
I don't know, but I heard a funny story that one of the guys, actually, I have never met him. I've heard of him, but I heard a story of our head trainer, Sagapet. You know, he used to be like one of the hardest kickers back in the day in Thailand. Yeah. And so I heard a story that he was not listening to Sagapet, and then one day, Sagapet just slapped him in the gym, dude. I don't know. I don't know what happened to the guy.
Sounds very Thai, man. Sounds very Thai. Well, dude, yeah. I met him over there in Thailand when he was actively fighting and stuff like that in Thailand. And then I saw him that he was back in Australia. I think after, during the shutdowns, I think he moved back to Australia. Probably couldn't make money because he couldn't fight.
Yeah, man. It was crazy, bro. It's okay now because things are opening up, but people were really suffering out here from the pandemic and all of that.
From the shutdowns and stuff like that, right? Yeah.
From the shutdowns, they didn't have the tourists, and the money was low. It was like everything was a ghost town out here. Yeah. You know, no fights, dude. No fights. For people to come out here for fights and training, there was no events. It was just fucked.
Well, you saw it was Brooke and Eddie Farrell. They moved. You know, they moved to Mexico. They're in Tulum.
Yeah, they sold the gym to some guy from the UK or something. He's got Jag or something. I just met him the other day.
Cool.
So it was interesting.
Yeah.
Ended up fighting one of the guys randomly. It's so random.
Well, so how long have you been in Phuket this time? When did you get back to Thailand?
So man, it's just been a month. I've been here for about a month, and the thing is that the training. I just got right away back to training, and then they asked me if I wanted to fight. I said yeah, because time is ticking and time is running, and I just want to get back on it, as soon as possible. So now I just fought last Tuesday. So now I'm gonna fight again. They're gonna have me fight again in probably 3 weeks or 4 weeks again.
Where did you fight at?
So I fought in this stadium, just a local stadium, a little small stadium. It's called Rawai Stadium.
Okay, is that? Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw they started doing fights. They're doing MMA fights there now too, aren't they?
Oh man, bro, they're starting to do a lot of MMA stuff down here. It's growing. Surprisingly, it's growing in Thailand. And then they did their first MMA Lumpini event in Lumpini, which was actually pretty interesting, pretty crazy.
It's an interesting background. Cool. It's an interesting background to see MMA in, right?
Yeah, man. And man, it's we watch UFC. You got ONE and you got UFC and all that stuff. We rarely seen we never had a a stadium champion in MMA.
Yeah.
In UFC. So it's like Muay Thai is actually like it's already starting to, with one championship, you already see a lot of Thai fighters cross over to MMA now, and then you have that little special rules fight that's coming up with Rod Tang and
Demetrius Johnson. Yep.
Which is going to be really interesting.
Man, can I just say something on that real quick?
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see them weighing in.
Yeah.
Because it keeps getting pushed back, delayed, COVID, one of them got sick, and yada, yada, yada. But I hope it happens.
What do you think will happen if it does? What do you think?
I think, here's the obvious. I think MMA is going to win, with it. Demetrius Johnson is going to have a boring first round. He might engage a little bit, but then, Rod Tang, I know he's doing MMA training, and I'm sure he's training with the same people that helped Stamp transition. But Stamp, I wouldn't say she's fighting the same caliber of fighters or people such as, Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
honestly, you got the old school when it comes to MMA and all that, man. You know what's funny, man? When I was in Holland, I was training at Nicky Holz's gym, and then I asked Nicky what he think would happen, and he said that he thinks that Demetrius Johnson's gonna get KO'd in the first round.
Really? Really?
Yeah, I was surprised.
It could. It could happen, but I don't think he's going to engage. If you were smart, you would just run the first round.
Yeah.
That's
then wait till MMA.
If he has a different game plan, fucking cut that shit out, dude. Just try not to get hit. Make it as boring of a first round as possible.
Yeah, true.
True. But Rod Tang is good at moving forward and engaging, so that might be a little bit hard. I could see that.
It's gonna be nuts if he picks up if his Muay Thai is effective in the first round, and then he could still strike. That's the thing too. He can also still strike in the second round. Unless but Mighty Mouse is a master at taking fools down to the ground. And doing all of that.
So, hey, before we get into some of this stuff too, I have some questions for you. So, when did you first get involved in martial arts?
First time getting involved in martial arts was actually I started young actually, so probably when I was 6, I was boom, just basic taekwondo,
lucky, just
go do that, and I was always watching kung fu movies and everything. And then I kind of stopped a little bit, had around 11, stopped and then moved, and I found this kickboxing instructor around when I was 14. Started when I actually less probably 13 years old, 14. I started doing just basic kickboxing. I wouldn't even, they say it was Dutch style, but I would say it was kind of this American kind of version of whatever. And then I started doing that, and then after that I kind of grew out of that phase and then went to Muay Thai because even when we were in Spain, I seen how just the finesse of this Muay Thai. I got obsessed with how finesse they were. How calm and relaxed. It wasn't just constant cortisol.
When you say go to Spain, is that the WKA Worlds?
Yeah. The time you were there, and then when I saw that, I was just man, it was just I was watching the Muay Thai and I was damn, So that's what kind of made me got more interested in Muay Thai. To be honest.
So let me ask you, how many fights did you have in Muay Thai as an amateur leading into that tournament?
Bro, 0.
Okay.
0.
All right.
Kickboxing, I had kickboxing.
Kickboxing, right? So then let's talk about the motherfucker you end up facing in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had the guy at the tournament when you were at the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it was just some guy from Switzerland, dude, and I felt all right, man. But the problem was my arm just freaking broke, man, and then it just I got dislocated and then I got taken out of the stretcher, dude.
You fought somebody from Switzerland?
Yeah, it was some guy from Swiss. It was a European guy. I went straight European style. He was doing a lot of karate. He was doing weird karate shit.
Yeah.
Because they got that Andy Hoog influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but then I was doing really well, and then I threw a left hook, and then my arm came out, dude.
Yeah, I remember
It was
that.
just
That shit sucked, man.
complete shit show. Yeah, yeah.
So, man, do you remember there was a Thai ringer in the tournament from Australia? It was Tum Sit
Oh
Yotong.
yes, Tom Siatong. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, they basically. I mean, that's what the Australians do, man. They bring them, and then they change the name, or they do some little thing, and then they put them in the tournament, as one of their own, when they just basically kind of like bought this guy, and just had him do stuff for them to make themselves look good.
Yeah. Well, it's funny with that too, because that guy kept looking at me and like, "Hey, what's up?" Like every time he was seeing me, and I'm like, "Man, where do I know this guy from?" So when I got back from that tournament, I was looking through my pictures from when I was in Thailand, and this guy was at Sit Yotong when I went there the first time in like 2010. And he was holding pads for my friend in the background. And I met him, and I clinched with him, and I trained with him.
Yeah, it's such a small world, dude. Like,
Yeah.
such a small. That's why Muay Thai. It's like, and then especially with the Thais, you kind of go on what the wrong one, or you get on one wrong page, then you go all the way to Thailand, and it's like they already know who you are too.
Yeah.
They're like they have a whole like fucking file on you of what you did.
They doxed you already.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that was a cool time.
Yeah, you got introduced into that tournament at a good time, man.
Yeah.
So you've been going ever since. I know I saw that you were in Switzerland for a bit too, right?
Yeah, I was in there. I went to go teach. They fly me out there to go teach and whatnot. There was like actually a guy I met at that tournament. Actually, he's like, hey, you should come. You should come and help out the students. It's a different culture. They're very just crazy. They're very just chills. Just too chill, a little too chill. It's not like America. It's kind of good. We're like a fighting country.
Yeah.
It's like everything. We're extremists when it comes to martial arts. We're like ready to like freaking kamikaze into the ring. Like Bushido, full on Bushido mode.
Yeah.
They don't have that. They don't have that mindset. So kind of helping the owner, just kind of like help with some of his amateur fighters, kind of.
Yeah. Well,
stuff.
We're backing up a little bit. So on that Bushido mindset, how important do you think that is for martial arts?
I think it's healthy. I mean, I think it's really healthy for, especially if a person's fighting, and it doesn't have to be exactly Bushido, but you got to have some form of like some form of like value system, or like not a value system, like a system where you can know how to conduct and make decisions. A process. You have something to fall back on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some philosophy to fall back on to get your mind right and prepare yourself for extremity. Like the extremities that we like constantly face every like day. Like one day like there was a time here where I just couldn't fucking walk, man. Like I was just like my skin was ripped, my other foot was like broke, like fucked up. I'm just like, how the fuck does someone who doesn't have like some form of like philosophy or like some type of wisdom to fall back onto, how do you just by yourself just get that shit?
Well, if you're talking about the Bushido code and stuff like that too, utilizing that as like an ethics system and everything too, I think it's integral. Like if you're a martial artist, you have no excuse. No matter what martial arts system you do, if you're in the West and you're not studying that shit, then you are just straight up ignorant, man. Like, that's just dumb to not know what it is, at least, and like not care about it.
No, I agree, man. I totally agree, dude. And that's why, like, I just, I always with my students, I'm always like, this is required literature, man. I'm like you got to go read this, and it's not only like it's like not only martial arts. You go to work, and you sit in the office, and who knows, you got like a effed up boss or something. You know what I mean? Like learn how to conduct yourself a certain type of way, or have some ideas and philosophy, not only to amplify yourself in martial arts, but then also like give you the advantage in like the freaking crazy world we live in, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's the shit, man. Like that's the shit, and it's done me a lot of like freaking, you know. I don't live a normal life. I don't have a normal job. You know, I've surprisingly just made money off of like just martial arts only. Just it's just wild, man. Like how this, you know, I don't have a normal. I have problems. I have problems, but I don't have the normal, like the textbook, like fuck, I gotta go to work and my boss is being a straight sleazeball type of deal.
Let's talk about that. So you could say that you've pursued the life of a professional martial artist. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
So what are some problems that you have had or experienced or experiencing as a professional martial artist?
Okay. Yeah, man. There's a lot actually, dude. Like one is like you constantly, like, man, the martial arts world, it truly is like it attracts certain characters, you know what I mean? We attract like it doesn't matter, like a person can be a coach, a person can be whatever, you know. It can also be in a form of, but you just constantly have to have an eye for certain characteristics, you know what I mean, and not and kind of like have a filtration process. Yeah. Also, man, like be very, very judgmental. Like being judgmental will save you so much, like just unnecessary drama and unnecessary BS. Because people who do this, you know, you just gotta align with the good crazy instead of the bad crazy. Because then you end up fucking off. Like there's a lot of manipulation involved. You know, there's a lot of people who you know, also don't get too drawn into being a politician, man. This is one thing. I see people wanting to play the politics game, you know, and like, okay, I know this guy. This is the guy I know, and I know him, and he's more friends with me. But then, you know, here's this gym, and they're trying to bring him in. Like, I try to stay away from all of that.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple to, I'm just here to train.
I've noticed that about you. I've noticed you've been very low key about everything you've done. That's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on. I'm like, yo, you're over in Thailand, you're fighting and shit, man. Like,
yeah,
I feel like it makes sense why. I feel like, you know, we haven't met in person a lot. Well, only a couple times, right?
Yeah.
So but we always talked online. Always felt like, hey, I always got along with Josh.
Yeah, man, it was good, man. Like, especially my first experience was with you was when I was fighting over there in Spain, and then, you know, I was hearing your shout. I actually can hear your voice. I was more receptive to your voice than my own coach's voice, because my own coach. But at the time, it was like no bueno. There's some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But that was something about like the way the vibe that I was like, man, okay, this is a little chill, more chill vibe, you know.
Yeah.
All this stuff, but yeah, I keep it low key, man. Like there's a lot of like, you know, even with goals, man. Like it surprised a ton of people. I just left. Even my privates, they're like, "Oh shit, you're leaving." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be back whenever I'm back." You know, they're good students. They'll wait. You know, no matter how long.
Well, it's important that you continue to grow, though. That shows a lot. It's like I talked with. Have you met Matt Lucas?
Yeah, I know of him, but I never met him.
Man, you gotta meet him, man. He's in the Discord. You should hit him up. Be like, yo, Matt, you suck. Okay. I want to come to Pattaya.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll definitely reach out.
Yeah, you got to, because he's just he's a good dude, and you know, for foreign media in Thailand, he's a good person to know. So
yeah,
and he's low key guy too. He's just more like, I'm here, I might as well document everything I'm doing because everybody else finds it interesting. And that was kind of the premise of this podcast too, is just I had a lot of interesting conversations with people like Matt and other people. I'm like, you know what, we should just stick a mic between us and talk, because everybody always asks me about this stuff. Oh, what are your thoughts on this? I'm like, man, I've talked about this like at least 30 times with other people, so might as well just be like, here, just go listen to this, and then let me know if you have more questions. Makes it easy.
It's good, bro, because I like what you're doing, man, and especially I think you're doing it really good with your school. Because also, you know how it is out here in Thailand. You know how all these things. We have our like American mentality.
Yep.
Where it's just like you got the Thai way and then American mentality, and then it's like there was times where like my Americanness kind of was like, I look back and I'm like, damn, I was a fucker.
Oh, you're like, oh shit.
I was like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Like they were totally. I did not know anything of their culture. I was not aware of, and I'm over here thinking like going K1 mode and stuff. Like we could say like in a training instance.
Yeah.
And I'm going hard in sparring, and then as I learn more and more and more, and I'm like, damn, I was like a fucking I was a barbarian, man. I was like fucking properly doing shit.
Yeah.
And then but like it's good that you have these things, because it's like the more you learn the culture and thing, the more progression, the faster you progress. Also, because it's like I could come in here and I'm like, oh, I want to fight, da 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 da, but then you're not really gonna get it close. You're not gonna learn like
Yep.
Sometimes you give extra technique. If they like you, they'll give you more.
Yep. And like if you invest in your time in like a certain facility, like I've been going to the same like 2 gyms. Of course, I visited other ones, but there's like 2 that I go to all the time, and have long-standing relationships with the gym owners, the trainers, the fighters. I've seen them develop, and have close relationships with them in regards to like business and just everything. So it's important. It's important for sure. And actually, it's funny. Sorry, I was busy earlier when you were hitting me up. I have a student who's going his first time to Thailand, and I think he's on Tuesday. Yeah.
Where's he going?
He's going to Bangkok. Like I sent him to the gym we go to. It's called Kit Kem Torn. They're in Bangkok. They're near like the new Lumpini. They've been there for a long time, but they actually just had Fighter of the Year last year. They had Yad Moy Konklai. So he knocked out Sexon. He's been on a little tear lately, I guess.
Oh, Sexon's a good fighter, dude.
Yeah, he knocked him out.
Tall. That's crazy. He's tall, and he's a tall Famir fighter too.
Yeah, so
that's like nuts.
Yeah, he knocked him out, and then I guess they're gonna throw Sang Mani at him, which I feel kind of bad for Sang Mani.
Oh shit.
But it's more of like it's a big money fight for him essentially.
Damn, Sang Mani went to he just recently went to PK Sunshine. He had to close his own gym down.
Oh shit.
Well, he's in PK Sunshine now, training with like all those guys, Tuan Chai and everything.
It's probably better for him though. He's young.
Yeah.
Like international and all that stuff too. So, but I'm sending him over there just to do that. Got him set up the quarantine hotel. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, all right, we'll sit down. I'll get the Line app. This is the app you need. We'll call these people. Get you set up. Don't worry. Daddy's got you, bro. But it's just
he's nervous.
Yeah,
he's losing his virginity right now. It's like,
man. Is Thailand virginity? Not the one with the lady boy. That's up to him. But
be careful which massage parlor you walk into, man.
Be careful which bar you walk into, man. You never know.
Oh fuck.
Getting some flashbacks, Josh.
No, one time, dude, like I had a student, bro. Like I rarely, bro. Like when I was out here in Phuket. I mean, not a student. A person I was training with, a classmate, whatever. I don't know what the word. So we go over there. I'm just wandering, and I was with the MMA coach, and then this kid. Like I was walking to the bathroom. We were in this nightclub. Walking to the bathroom, and I see this guy lying down on the ground on the way over to the bathroom. I'm like, Reed. Oh, I was like, oh shit, that's Reed. And then he was literally blacked out. So he just got roofied with something, and then they drugged him.
Shit.
Dude, another one was like this bare knuckle boxing champion. This guy from the UK, but he's like a Baylor. He was like a bare knuckle boxing champion. And this Thai lady tried to roofie his drink, dude.
What the heck?
He saw it. Like he threw her off. He threw her across the whole freaking. Shit was crazy, dude.
That's funny, wild, man. That's wild. Yeah, they talked about like talking about that. Like, hey, you're getting roofied. So let me explain real quick for those out there. So he's getting roofied by lady boys. So you can just imagine what they're trying to do to him when he's asleep, rob him, do funny things to him. We'll say that.
Dude, I had pizza because it was like after my fight. I had pizza.
Whoa, wait. How did we go from roofies to pizza? Okay, go ahead.
because dude, I was like eating my pizza. It's because when you said lady boys, and the waitress was a lady boy.
Yeah.
And he just kept staring at me. He just kept staring at me, dude. And like when it came time to pay, it was like this, like just mean mugging me, dude. And I'm like, I'm not judging you or anything. Like my brain, like all this stuff. I'm like, why the fuck you look so angry? I haven't even said a word to you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then, but like, there's just like characters, man. You just gotta watch the fuck out for it, dude.
Yeah.
These characters, you just gotta watch the fuck out for it, dude.
It's just like it's hit or miss. You get creepy guys, you get creepy women, you get creepy ladyboys on top of it.
Oh God, man. Yeah.
So you just have to watch your six, literally.
The foreigners, constantly, bro. And there's foreigners like the pharmacies out here. You don't need a prescribed prescription to have like all these crazy over the counter drugs. So there's a trend of what's it being, where some foreigners is mainly English speaking countries.
Mm.
You rarely see the Russians, like they're on some other like privacy type of stuff, but it's mainly like the Aussies or like people from the UK. They go to these pharmacies and they end up like getting overwhelmed and start buying all these over-the-counter drugs and getting effed up on these things. And then next, they're crashing their motorbike. They're at the hospital. They just can't handle it. So that's another, you gotta watch out for those too. Not only the locals, but the foreigners are kind of sketch too, man.
Yeah, they can be, especially down there in Phuket. It's like, for 100%. Those that don't know, Phuket's like pretty much owned by the Russian mob.
Oh, it's funny you say that. There was just a shooting here. The lady just told me this morning there was a shooting and they're trying to figure out who it was, and they said it was Russian people.
Oh, well, no surprise, Phuket.
Which is crazy. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, so what's your goal right now with being out there, and how long are you out there for right now?
So I'm out here for like maybe 1 year, 2 years, probably like full time.
Uh-huh.
And my goal is to just rack up experience, just constantly fight, like at least every month have a fight, no matter what outcome. And then, I'm going to have opportunities and just kind of build myself. Like I've been in isolation. Like, I've been isolating myself and just train, eat and sleep. Like, I got many friends out here, but I'm a little bit disconnected from them because I'm really trying to improve.
Yeah.
And I'm not on the tourist side of the island, so that's the good part.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just gathering my, upping my knowledge and my IQ, and experience and enjoying the nice scenery and weather, all that stuff. So my goal is just to constantly just get better, fight more, try to up the stadium little by little, just get on better fights, and then to the point where I can just, I have a good resume on my hands, and then say I go somewhere and boom, I can fight, boom, lion fight, boom, I can fight, Muay Thai Grand Prix, whatever.
Yeah.
Just certain things like that, I'm trying to.
Hey, can I make a recommendation for you while you're doing that?
Yeah.
Please do more documentation on social media of what you're doing, because Matt had a great thing on this. So you could be the most badass fighter in the world, and as you know, people take social media right now very fucking seriously. We were talking about it before. So much so that the person doesn't even have credentials to be approved to go fight on something. And, I would hate for you to put all that work in and then to be looked down on by the general public just because you don't have stuff up online. So that's one of the other reasons I wanted to bring you on here is, so people know who you are. Because, I know who you are, but just because I know who you are doesn't mean everybody else does. And, you're, like you said, you're a low-key person. So whether you're documenting it and do something with it later or start working on stuff now, I'm gonna say, man, as a professional, it's fucking yeah, it's a must. It sucks, but you have to.
I got a project. I got a project that I'm working on, and I got footage that I like took when I was in Europe. Footage I was took when I was in the States. Like kind of the process. It was a process on how I got like just the constant process of how I got all the way back here to Thailand and then start fighting. Once the project is finished, it's gonna be like a nice refined video of like kind of like documentation style.
Nice.
You know, so like I have that too. I think it's good for the people. I mean, especially back home. I mean, I know a lot of like different countries, like with the European countries, they kind of have their thing going on.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that we educate more of people back home of how the process is and how things are. So they go to Thailand and they're not overwhelmed. They're like not like, oh shit, they know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know,
not, oh shit, I'm in the back of a pickup truck, you know, and I'm going to get my face stitched shut, and I got $50 for it, you know, and some guy freaking spit in my face, like, during the fight, and I forgot my shoes, and I'm going to have to go walk in the street, and there's a lady boy in the bus, too. It's like, people don't understand, like, pro fighting, like, what it actually is internationally, like, it's really put on a fucking pedestal in the U.S. And when it comes down to it, is you're fucking fighting, dude. Like,
it's the truth.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, man. Like we got to be a little bit more better with being organized. I know we have a lot of sanctions. You know, a lot of different organizations. But man, it would be better because I see all these other countries, you know, and they're producing some good domestic fighters, you know. But we need more of that, you know, so we can just build the sport in back home, you know.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
100%.
What, man?
And I think it's important sending students like how you're doing, and I think that's part of it, you know. It's like sending students over here, man. It's very important,
especially if they want to fight.
Yeah, very important.
They have to get used to going to Thailand, man, pretty soon. And, you know, I'll make another recommendation for you. While you're there, I highly recommend you try to take advantage of any judging or referee course that you can. Because with the sanctioning and stuff like that, they need educated officials as well. Yeah. So if you have the experience from there, officiating or judging, then that's an additional thing that you can do once you're done fighting as well and still be involved.
That's a process. Yeah, exactly. You know what, man? I'm actually interested. I just gotta look around here where I can go through something like that. You know, I know Bangkok.
I'll give you. I was gonna say in Bangkok, I know WBC Muay Thai is working out something with the stadiums, from my understanding, for foreigners to be able to make it easier for them to get that education.
That's good, cause man, like even I feel like we need a really good promotion, like when it comes to Muay Thai. I know there's a lot, you know, back home in the States. I know we got Life. I bet it'd be really nice, like, to have one where it's just like constant, like open, just to everything internationally, like a really good promotion.
Yeah, there's
something crazy.
There's a couple people who are coming up that are doing a good job. Just in general, like they're just starting, but like when I say just starting, it's like they're 3 years deep, and their first show is good, and it just gets better every time. One of them, I think he's looking at possibly doing a pro show. His name is Vin Chiafeth. He's from Phoenix, from out there in Arizona.
I heard about.
Yeah,
I think I heard about.
He does. Guy. Yeah, he partners up with Swab and with Yuseka and stuff.
That guy. Yeah, that guy.
So he does a really good job with the promotion, matchmaking, and, you know, keeping the authenticity of like the stadium style of Muay Thai for his events. So, and his matchmaking is good. He's not like protecting anybody. He matches the hard matches. He gives people the matches that they want and the matches that sometimes probably shouldn't happen, but he's like, hey, this person, I believe in them. I think they could win just because they're a fucking good fighter. So, and it ultimately makes Muay Thai better when you get a promoter who has their finger on the pulse like that.
Yeah, man, that's the thing, man. Like over here, man, they're just like, just throw each other. Yeah. They just throw people. They just throw, like, okay, you're going to end up fighting this guy that has like 100-something fights, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's like that the mentality is a little bit different over here, but it's okay. You know, it's interesting. It's just interesting. But I think that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm glad to hear you're doing some kind of documentation, and if you do anything with it, please let me know. I'm happy to like promote it with you or whatever. Cause and I would encourage you just like start a fucking TikTok, and whenever you're doing video stuff, just be like, hey, this is me doing this, and then just leave it at that and just post it.
Okay.
It's
man. I even got technique. So I've been another thing I've been doing is documenting all my private sessions. From all these like their philosophy on Muay Thai. You know what I mean? And I got some good footage of technique from different ones. And them explaining to be in depth. That's another thing.
Well, kind of getting into the end of things here. If people wanted to follow you, how can they find you?
Instagram. So it would be Josh JOSH SOLIVA and then 95.
Josh Soliva 95. Okay, I'll make sure to put the link to your Instagram in the show notes for this and stuff as well. You want to give any shout outs before we shut off the podcast here?
Yeah, man. Like shout out to everyone at my team right now, Revolution, man. Everyone that all my trainers, people, my training partners, and then everyone back home. I can't really think of any names right now, but yeah. So just much love to everyone that is involved, man. Like involved and knows what's up. You know what I mean?
Awesome. All right, man. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right, that's it today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys are listening on iTunes, please go leave a review. It means the world to me if you enjoy the content, or if you like hearing about all the stuff that has to do with Muay Thai and what we're doing. Also, there's another way to support us. If you guys visit our Patreon link, it's in the show notes. Also on our YouTube, if you go to pmtlifestyle.com, there's a Patreon link up at the top. You can support us for as little as $5 a month. To get some behind-the-scenes footage, things of that nature, to see what we're doing behind the scenes for Pu'u Muay Thai, what we're trying to get going. Also, you can get some early access clips. You can also get t-shirts, merchandise, and a few other things as perks of being a patron. Again, go check that out. It's at pmtlifestyle.com.